pains me. But in fact, it's not even extension of suspension because his acts is already tantamount to expulsion. Ang totoo niyan, marami lang sa atin ang naaawa sa kanya. At marami ang naririnig kong nagsasabing, nakakahiya. But Madam Speaker, distinguished colleagues, hindi hiya ang nararamdaman ko. Ang nararamdaman ko ay awa. Bilang isang doktor, bilang isang nanay, naiintindihan ko that there might be personal circumstances surrounding the events that are eventually unfolding. It's time for Kiko Barsaga to reflect and deeply look into personal matters while he is on suspension. Nakakaawa, hindi lamang siya, dahil ang stress ng paggobyerno ay dapat siniseryoso, pero mas nakakaawa ang kanyang distrito na kailangan ng representante. With that, Madam Speaker, distinguished colleagues, with the indulgence of our colleague, the Honorable Kiko Barsaga, he would understand that our action is because we are a Filipino and our government deserves the service that we have to generate and deliver.
Ang pinarurusahan po natin sa mga hakbang ito ay hindi si Kong Barsaga, kung hindi ang mga taong nasasakupan ng kanyang pamumuno. Patuloy na pinarurusahan ang kongresistang nagmiyaw-miyaw, ngunit wala pa rin nakakasuhan na malalaking magnanakaw. Kong Miao Barsaga is merely expressing his views under a current backdrop of unprecedented level of corruption in government never before seen. Nagsasalita lang naman po siya base sa kanyang nakikita at naobserbahan. Hindi po siya nag-imbento o gumagawa ng kwento na katang-isip lamang.
Ang muling pagsuspinde kay Representative Barsaga ay hindi magpapanumbalik ng respeto ng taong bayan sa ating institusyon. Ang pagsuspinde sa isang halal na opisyal ay hindi magpoprotekta, bagkus lalong magpapahina sa kongresong ito. The will of the electorate should always reign supreme. Si Representative Barsaga ang pinili ng mamamayan ng Dasmariñas. Kaya sila lang din ang may karapatan na magtanggal sa kanya. Hayaan po natin na ang mga taga Dasmariñas ang humusga, humatol sa kanilang hinalal na kinatawan.
Committee Report Number 102, submitted by the Committee on Ethics and Privileges regarding Committee Case Number PS-2026-12, entitled in the matter of the order of the House through the referral of the privileged speech of Representative Rolando M. Valeriano and the interpellations thereon in the House plenary session on 27 January 2026, relative to Rep. Francisco A. Barzaga's conduct during the period of his 60-day suspension, on the adopted findings and recommendations as contained in Committee Report Number 28, dated 1 December 2025, on Committee Case Number SC-2025-3.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Ethics and Privileges, Representative J.C. M. Abalos.
The Honorable Abalos is recognized.
Madam Speaker, the Committee on Ethics and Privileges Secretariat received on January 28, 2026, a referral from the House plenary of the privileged speech of Representative Rolando M. Valeriano delivered on 27 January 2026, and the interpellations thereon relative to Representative Francisco A. Barzaga's conduct during the period of his 60 days suspension on the adopted findings and recommendations as contained in Committee Report Number 28, dated 1 December 2025, on Committee Case Number 3, entitled Representative Puno et al. Versus Representative Barsaga of the 4th District of Cavite. The referral of the transcript of the privileged speech consists of 10 pages, including the transmittal from the Deputy Secretary General, Legislative Operations Department. The matter was docketed as Committee Case Number 12. The privileged speech alleged that Representative Barsaga flagrantly violated Section 141 or Rule 20 or of the Rules of House of Representatives when he continuously defied the stern warning issued by the House upon the imposition of the penalty of suspension upon him on December 1, 2026, when he, during the period of suspension, continued posting in his social media accounts the following malicious content as follows. NUP congressmen received bribes from Enrique Razon in various gatherings in Soler prior to 2025 election in exchange for supporting Speaker Martin Romualdez. Congressman Romeo Acop's death will not stop him from facing justice. He must be investigated for involvement in the flood control corruptions. Corruption and plunder against the Filipino people is a sin against the Lord. Congressman Romeo Acop is now suffering through external damnation. He has left the comfort of his luxurious mansion in exchange for a pit of external hellfire. That is the fate of all corrupt politicians. During the interpellation of Representative Tanuatco, Rep. Valeriano stressed that Representative Barsaga was sternly warned that a repetition of similar misconduct would merit more severe sanctions from the House of Representatives. He therefore urged the Committee on Ethics and Privileges to investigate the continuous violations of Rep. Barsaga of the House rules and to impose further suspension from office against Rep. Barsaga. Representative De Lima, on the other hand, clarified whether Representative Valeriano would like the Committee on Ethics to hear and try new allegations or continue from the previous case. In response, Rep. Valeriano left the matter to the discretion of the committee for appropriate action. Thereafter, the House of Representatives in plenary ordered the committee to, number 1, conduct a hearing in its next scheduled meeting and conduct a thorough assessment on the conduct of Rep. Barsaga during the period of suspension of the adopted findings and recommendations as contained in Committee Report 28. 2, require the respondent Barsaga to appear in the hearing of the committee. And 3, immediately report to the House of its findings and recommendations after such hearing. Pursuant to the order of the House and the referral of the privileged speech, a meeting was then called by the chairperson, setting a hearing on the matter on February 3, 2026 at 1 p.m. with notice to the respondent and the complainants. Representative Barsaga was furnished with a copy of the referral of the transcript of the privileged speech and its interpellations with a directive to personally appear before the committee to present evidence to the contrary, with warning that failure to appear thereon will be considered a waiver of the right to a hearing to present evidence and conduct cross-examination, if any. During the conduct of the hearing on the matter, the committee noted that the 60-day suspension of Representative Barsaga expired on January 30, 2026. While serving his suspension, however, the committee took note that Rep. Barsaga committed similar acts for which he was sanctioned. The committee members were in agreement to consider the acts of Rep. Barsaga during the period of 60-day suspension to be a continuing violation subject of a prior disciplinary action, which the committee have decided upon its Committee Report 28, dated December 1, 2025. Specifically, the committee were in agreement that jurisdiction to conduct hearing anew on the subsequent similar acts were reacquired by the committee upon the order of the House of Representatives, expressly directing the committee to conduct a hearing to assess the conduct of Rep. Barsaga during the period of his suspension, pertaining to Committee Report 28. Hence, the committee decided to consider the referred privileged speech not as a separate and independent matter, but a continuation of prior misconduct as ordered by the House of Representatives. Thereafter, during the deliberations, Rep. Valeriano sponsored his privileged speech invoking that Respondent Barsaga committed serious violations during his 60-day suspension and presented his case before the committee. Respondent Barsaga, however, was not in attendance and was considered by the committee to be in default. After exhaustive deliberation on the matter, upon a unanimous vote of all the members present, there being a quorum, the committee has concluded that a violation of law, rule, or regulation of the House relating to the conduct of a House member within the jurisdiction of the committee has occurred. The committee found that there is substantial evidence that the violation has been proved, warranting imposition of one of the disciplinary actions listed in paragraph B, section 52, pursuant to section 41(7) of the committee rules. The sole issue, Madam Speaker, to be resolved is whether or not Respondent Barsaga flagrantly violated Section 141 of the Rules of House of Representatives when he posted several social media contents during the period of his suspension from office on December 1, 2025 to January 30, 2026, which ultimately constitutes disorderly behavior that reflect upon the House of Representatives. The complainant alleged that respondent repeated the misconduct for which he was previously sanctioned and in fact escalated and intensified the unruly behavior to include vilification of a deceased colleague and defamatory imputations against colleagues and a private citizen through his official social media platform that mocked the name and honor of the House of Representatives. The complainant stressed that the defiant acts of Representative Barsaga, while suspended from office, clearly demonstrated that suspension from office as a disciplinary measure has failed and that Rep. Barzaga's post-suspension conduct reflects his unfitness for legislative duties. All these, the complainant argues, warrant the imposition of further suspension and, if appropriate, the penalty of expulsion from office. We find basis in the arguments of the complainant. Respondent Barzaga has been sanctioned for previous misconduct, for disorderly behavior when he posted incendiary social media content and retained and failed to remove publicly viewable, inappropriate, and indecent photos in violation of Section 141A, Rule 20 of the House Rules and Section 4C of Republic Act 6713. The committee has issued Committee Report Number 28 detailing its findings and recommendation as to these misconducts, which was adopted in its entirety by the House of Representatives on December 1, 2025. The committee's recommendation included a stern warning to Rep. Barzaga that a repetition of similar misconduct will result to a more severe disciplinary action. We agree with the complainant that the stern warning was made clearly and unequivocally and served as an express caution against repetition of similar misconduct. The period of suspension was made 60 days to afford Rep. Barzaga the time to pause and reflect upon his actions with a view to instill the institutional standards of decorum, propriety, and professionalism fitting for a legislative representative. At the very least, the committee expects Rep. Barzaga to have exercised restraint and prudence while suspended from office. Instead, the contrary happened. It appears, Madam Speaker, that reform is not forthcoming for Rep. Barzaga, who has again demonstrated utter contempt for institutional standards. The malicious commentaries made against his colleagues are indeed conduct incompatible with the dignity expected of a legislator, even using his social media account with his official title, Congressman. We find it scornful and disparage the name of the dead, especially a colleague who cannot defend his name and honor before a large audience as Representative Barzaga now has. Respondent violated Republic Act 6713. Complainant alleges that respondent demonstrated continued objectification of women for which he had been previously disciplined, and thus further violated norms of behavior for public officials by acting contrary to good morals, public order, and public interest. Section 4 of Republic Act 6713 mandates every public official to observe professionalism, justness, and sincerity. The committee finds the respondent to have breached the standards of propriety, professionalism, and decency for which he was sanctioned prior to this matter. He had demonstrated incorrigibility in his conduct in tarnishing the dignity of his position and the House of Representatives. The committee afforded Representative Barzaga the opportunity to present his defense and to present evidence to the contrary. He was duly notified of the hearing and were furnished with copies of the allegations against him. He, however, chose to completely ignore the directive of the committee. The committee has in fact took note of Representative Barzaga's social media post circulating online, which proves that he is aware of the subsequent allegations against him and that he is being expected to attend the hearing of the committee. Unfortunately, Madam Speaker, Representative Barzaga declared that he will not be attending the ethics hearing and had the audacity to post, "I will be ignoring the summons of the ethics committee. Expel me if they want, but the Philippine Congress has done nothing but destroy the lives of the Filipino people." Madam Speaker, the committee condemns Rep. Barzaga's brazen disrespect for its authority. All members of the House of Representatives have the sworn duty to respect the Committee on Ethics rules of procedure and the authority of the House of Representatives to conduct its disciplinary process. Choosing to entirely ignore the disciplinary proceedings in the Committee on Ethics in a manner that undermines the work of the committee ultimately undermines the House of Representatives as an institution. The committee shall not in any way tolerate conduct that brings the committee and the entire House into disgrace and contempt. After a thorough deliberation on the case, the committee finds that Respondent Barzaga of the 4th District of Cavite committed repeated escalating misconduct during the period of his suspension from office during December 1, 2025 to January 30, 2026, which reflected negatively upon the dignity, integrity, and reputation of the House of Representatives as an institution and of the members of the House, and recommends the imposition of another penalty of suspension from office for 60 days without the benefit of salaries and allowances. The imposition of the penalty carries with it a stern warning that a repetition of another misconduct would warrant a more severe disciplinary action, including expulsion from office. Maraming salamat, Madam Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to adopt the finding and recommendations contained in Committee Report number 102 and pursuant to our rules, direct the Secretary General to read the title of the measures and thereafter call the roll of members for nominal voting.
There is a motion to adopt the findings and recommendations contained in the committee report number 102. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is hereby directed to call the roll of members for nominal voting. With 238 members voting in affirmative, 10 against, 9 abstentions, the findings and recommendations contained in the committee report number 102 are hereby adopted. The Honorable Barsaga, who is present at this session hall, is hereby notified that he is suspended for a period of 60 days, effective immediately.
Madam Speaker, I would like to recognize the individuals that would like to explain their vote. Honorable Janet Karin.
The Honorable Janet Gerns recognized. Please be reminded that you have 3 minutes to explain your vote.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, distinguished colleagues. I voted yes, but with a heavy heart, because I have tried several times with extreme patience helping the son of our former colleague, Congressman P.D. Barsaga. Because as a mother, and as a member of this august body, I felt before that there was hope in making him understand that disorderly behavior and conduct has no place in governance. However, Madam Speaker, distinguished colleagues, his repeated wanton disrespect of facts, disrespect to the institution, and his habitual lies, fake news, and fantasy to keep on producing distorted facts has led to confusion and chaos, something that the Filipino people does not deserve. Parliamentary procedures and behavior has to be observed. And mind you, Madam Speaker, it is not contained in the committee report. But during his suspension, yours truly, despite the extreme understanding that I have exercised for Congressman Kiko, the newly suspended Kiko Barsaga, I, myself, has been a victim of his fantasy and habitual lies and disregard of facts and truth. Just very recently, the good vice mayor of the municipality of Dueñas, who is a very good friend of Congressman Ferj Biron, died due to accidental firing. I do not know her that much. I haven't had the opportunity to be with her and to work with her. But I empathize with the pain that the family has to suffer. But that pain was aggravated when Kiko Barsaga delivered a speech in a podium and made a circus out of the death of former Vice Mayor Lamasan. Makatarungan bang paglaruan natin ang hinanakit ng isang pamilya? Makatarungan bang gamitin natin ang ating posisyon para gawing laro ang pagmanipula ng isip ng ating mga kababayan? Madam Speaker, distinguished colleagues, it pains me, but in fact, it's not even extension of suspension because his acts is already tantamount to expulsion. Ang totoo niyan, marami lang sa atin ang naaawa sa kanya at marami ang naririnig kong nagsasabing, nakakahiya But Madam Speaker, distinguished colleagues, hindi hiya ang nararamdaman ko. Ang nararamdaman ko ay awa. Bilang isang doktor, bilang isang nanay, naiintindihan ko that there might be personal circumstances surrounding the events that are eventually unfolding. It's time for Kiko Barsaga to reflect and deeply look into personal matters while he is on suspension. Nakakaawa hindi lamang siya dahil ang stress ng paggobyerno ay dapat siniseryoso, pero mas nakakaawa ang kanyang distrito na kailangan ng representante. With that, Madam Speaker, distinguished colleagues, with the indulgence of our colleague, the Honorable Kiko Barsaga, he would understand that our action is because we are a Filipino and our government deserves the service that we have to generate and deliver. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I'd like to recognize Honorable Paulo Henry Marcoleta for his explanation.
The Honorable Marcoleta is recognized.
Madam Speaker, distinguished colleagues, isang mapagpalayang hapon po sa ating lahat. I rise to respectfully place on record my no vote in support for Honorable Francisco Kiko Barsaga and to articulate principled opposition to any disciplinary action that undermines constitutional freedoms and the sovereign mandate of Kong Kiko Barsaga's constituency. It bears repeating that Honorable Barsaga holds his seat not by appointment or party fiat, but because of the direct mandate of his constituents as reflected in the official election results and his assumption of office in Article 6, Section 6 of the Constitution. It points out that legislators derive their authority from the electorate. Any penalty imposed on Kong Barsaga that deprives the people of Dasmariñas of representation must be carefully scrutinized against constitutional standards. Ang pinarurusahan po natin sa mga hakbang ito ay hindi si Kong Barsaga, kung hindi ang mga taong nasasakupan ng kanyang pamumuno. Ang mga mamamayan ng Dasmariñas, Cavite ang nagbigay ng kanyang mandato at siyang nagluklok sa kanya upang iparating at marinig ang kanilang tinig sa kapulungang ito. Tila tinatanggalan natin siya o sila ng lehitimo at malinaw na pamumuno sa paulit-ulit na mga hakbang upang patahimikin ang kanilang representante. Patuloy na pinarurusahan ang kongresistang nagmiyaw-miyaw, ngunit wala pa rin nakakasuhan na malalaking magnanakaw. Masyado naman po tayong naging sensitibo. Sa larong basketball, tayo tinatawag na mga nana. Konting sagi lang, nagpa-foul na agad. Kong Miao Barsaga is merely expressing his views under a current backdrop of unprecedented level of corruption in government never before seen. Nagsasalita lang naman po siya base sa kanyang nakikita at naobserbahan. Hindi po siya nag-imbento o gumagawa ng kwento na katang-isip lamang. If the disciplinary actions against Kong Barsaga stem from speech that discusses public issues, such as statements on corruption or critical commentary, such actions risk contravening the fundamental right to freedom of speech and curtailing legitimate political expression. In closing, I reiterate the call I made the last time I rose in plenary to speak about the same matter. Huwag po natin hahayaan ang institusyong ito, ang House of Representatives, nagipitin ang kanilang sariling mga miyembro. Maraming salamat po, Madam Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, may I now recognize Representative Robert Nazal to explain his vote.
The Honorable Nazal is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, esteemed colleagues, 6 months ago when this matter first came before the House, I voted to reprimand, not suspend, Representative Kiko Barzaga. I did so after carefully weighing our Constitution, our rules, and the fundamental demands of due process. While I considered the conduct unbecoming of a member of Congress, I did not believe then, nor do I believe now, that it met the threshold for suspension. Suspension is a severe sanction. It temporarily withdraws not only a member's privileges, but also the representation owed to his constituents. It is, in effect, the final step before the political death penalty of expulsion. Our discipline must be principled and proportionate, not reactionary. To impose another 60-day suspension today would be inconsistent with that principle and with the standards we seek to uphold. While attacks against this institution through social media are indeed improper and undermine public trust, our response must remain measured and just. We have a duty to balance accountability with fairness and to allow room for correction without unnecessarily depriving the people of the 4th District of Cavite of their chosen representative. For these reasons, in the interest of consistency and institutional integrity, I respectfully oppose the motion to suspend Representative Barzaga anew. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, may I now recognize Representative Elijah San Fernando to explain his vote.
The Honorable San Fernando is recognized.
Madam Speaker, mga kaibigan, ang kalayaan po sa pagsasalita at pagpapahayag ng damdamin ay nag-a-apply kahit sa taong pinakaayaw natin. Kahit pakaalitan, kaaway, o kinasusuklaman natin ng isang tao, hindi nito maaalis ang kanyang karapatang makapagsalita at ipahayag ang kanyang saloobin. Freedom of speech, Madam Speaker, is not selective. Hindi ito pumipili ng kulay o paniniwala sa politika. It is a constitutionally guaranteed and protected right. This representation understands the concerns of our colleagues in this august chamber. True, we must observe proper decorum. True, we, elected officials, are held to a higher ethical standard. Totoo na dapat nirerespeto at pinoproteksyonan ang ating institusyon. Pero ako po ay naniniwala na ang muling pagsuspinde kay Representative Barzaga ay hindi magpapanumbalik ng respeto ng taong bayan sa ating institusyon. Ang pagsuspinde sa isang halal na opisyal ay hindi magpoprotekta, bagkus lalong magpapahina sa kongresong ito. The will of the electorate should always reign supreme. Si Representative Barzaga ang pinili ng mamamayan ng Dasmariñas. Kaya sila lang din ang may karapatan na magtanggal sa kanya. Hayaan po natin na ang mga taga Dasmariñas ang humusga, pumatol sa kanilang hinalal na kinatawan. Yun lamang po, Madam Speaker at mga kaibigan sa bulwagang ito, magandang hapon po sa atin.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, may I now recognize Representative Egay Erice to explain his vote.
The Honorable Erice is recognized.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I still recall some 50 years ago, when former President Ferdinand Edralin Marcos Sr., speaking to us, youth leaders of the nation, saying he wanted to combine the wisdom of the youth with the foolishness of the old. He said, the greatest advantage of the youth is the right to make mistakes. in the process of learning. Mayroon po kasabihan, pagka yung bata kakamali, kumisan, nakakatuwa. Pero pagka yung matandang katulad ko ang nagkamali, parang nakakabwisit na. We have already sanctioned Congressman Kiko with 60 days suspension. And in respect to my old friend, the late P.D. Barsaga, considering his youth, I can no longer vote for an extension of his suspension. Furthermore, there are lingering questions regarding members of this House violating conflict of interest, contractors, traders selling projects, yet we have not acted on them. In fact, we have tolerated them. What message would it send if we suspend those who fight corruption while allowing those who commit to remain untouched in this House? Some of the posts of Congressman Kiko I would submit as extremely reckless. Pero nakikita ko rin po, meron din po siya mga posts that reflects public sentiment. Kaya ngayon po, pinili ko ang magpatawad. Dasal ko, Panginoon, patawarin niyo po ako tulad ng pagpapatawad ko sa kapwa ko. Pinili ko. I chose to be kind. Not just to Kiko. Chose to be kind to the almost 1 million population of Dasmariñas, Cavite, the constituency of Congressman Kiko Barsaga. Salamat po.